It's been 6 months since our parents passed away. A car accident, quick, tragic. They left behind the house we grew up in, 3 bedrooms, quiet neighborhood, fully paid off. No mortgage, no debts. The will was clear. They left the house to me. Why? Because I was the one who moved back and took care of them. When Dad's Parkinson's worsened and Mom's dementia kicked in, I gave up a job offer overseas. I put my life on hold, my career, my girlfriend at the time, and spent 3 years feeding them, bathing them, comforting them through confusion and pain. I watched them fade in real time, and I stayed. My sister Jenna, she stayed 3 hours away, visited maybe twice a year, took selfies with Mom for Instagram. Family means everything, her captions read. She never scrubbed vomit off the floor. Never heard Dad cry because he forgot how to button his shirt. After the funeral, we met at the lawyer's office. She came late in heels and sunglasses, like she was arriving at brunch. The lawyer read, "To our son Matthew, who gave up everything to care for us in our final years, we leave the house." Jenna didn't say a word. She just stood up and left. A few weeks later, she called me. "Hey, bro, I've been thinking, since the house has so much space and my lease is up soon, maybe I could move in for a while, just until I figure things out." I was stunned. "Jenna, this isn't just a house. This is my home now. I'm finally repainting, fixing the roof, building a little studio out back. I've just started to feel like I have a life again." She snapped. "Seriously? You're just going to live there alone and pretend I don't exist? That house is our childhood home." I reminded her that the will wasn't vague, that our parents made their choice. She hung up. Then came her Facebook post. A long, vague, sad little rant about how some people forget where they came from and how she was being cut off from her roots. She included an old photo of us in the backyard and let her friends fill in the rest. Comments poured in. "You deserve better. You should fight for your share. No way your brother gets to keep that house alone." I didn't respond. I blocked her. A few days later, our aunt called, the family peacemaker. She said, "Matt, is there any way she could stay? Just one room, just for a few months. It's what your mother would have wanted." That pushed me. I said, "Would she? Would Mom have wanted the daughter who skipped birthdays and holidays to suddenly show up with a suitcase now that the hard part's over? I didn't just live here. I kept them alive. I sacrificed my 20s. Where was Jenna when Mom forgot her own name?" Aunt didn't argue, but I could hear it in her voice. She thought I was being cruel. I started second-guessing myself, wondering if grief had made me too protective, wondering if I was holding on too tight. Then something arrived in the mail. It was a letter, handwritten, from Mrs. Lindholm, one of Mom's oldest friends who lived on the block. Inside was a photo. I didn't even know it had been taken. It was me and Dad in the garden, just last year. I was kneeling beside his wheelchair, planting daisies. His hand was on my shoulder. He was smiling. On the back, she wrote, "They were so proud of you, Matt. They called you their anchor. You gave them peace in their last days. You were their hero. Don't let anyone take that away from you." I sat on the floor and cried. I framed the photo and hung it in the hallway. A week later, Jenna showed up. No call, no warning, just stood at the front door with her bags. "I'm moving in," she said. "You can't just shut me out." I stood in the doorway. "You're not coming in." "Matt, this is my home too." I handed her a printed copy of the will and a typed notice from my lawyer. "Any attempt to occupy this home without consent will be treated as trespassing and prosecuted accordingly." She glared at me, called me heartless, said Dad would be ashamed. Then she got in her car and drove off. The Facebook post disappeared a few days later. I haven't heard from her since. And me? I finished the studio. I'm painting again. The daisies in the garden bloomed last week. The house is peaceful, clean, quiet, mine. No guilt, no drama, no one trying to take something they didn't earn. So now I ask you, am I the asshole?